Obviously, just how are you feeling heading into Sunday?
I feel good. I feel like we got a good game plan going into the week. And first game, it's going to be exciting.
I know you guys obviously feel ready, but what gives you that confidence? What have you seen in these last few days of practice or even throughout training camp that gives you that, I feel like this team's ready to perform?
I just feel like we're hitting on all cylinders right now. I feel like we had it together in training camp, but now we're hitting it all full speed. All pieces are in play. And I think there's a lot of confidence going into this week.
What statement is this team trying to make on Sunday? Of course, you guys want to win the game, but if there's a statement that says we're the Commanders and we are this, what are you trying to say?
That we're still hunting. We're not satisfied with last year, and we're a different team. I think today is, or not today. I think this year is all about hunting.
Scoreboard aside, because again, obviously you're trying to win the game, but what does a successful opener look like in your eyes?
I think just a win. I don't think points really matter. I think just a win and going out there, coming out of that game with confidence.
Hi, Frankie. How do you see this defense going into the regular season?
Hungry, just ready to work and just ready to compete. We put in all season, and we got a good additions to the team, and can't wait just to, preseason is done. Having us stand on the sideline and whatnot was kind of like traumatizing, but it was good to see the young guys go at it, make the 53, and the guys that's willing to hunt, man. We gained a few of them, so I'm just excited for this game, and a lot of the guys feel the same way.
Where have you seen the most growth in this defense in this early stages?
I feel like just just front and coverage going hand in hand. Us up front, we got to get to the quarterback to help the back end, and when it's time for the back end to help us, and kind of balance that out, and knowing our beaters, our weaknesses, and how can we improve from that. So we improved a lot, but like I said, it's week one. It's early to say, a lot of things, but I'm just ready to get to work.
Frankie, the potential of facing more than one quarterback in the Giants offense, how much does that impact your preparation?
Like I said, I haven't seen them a lot. A lot of what they did is in preseason. They got, Russell behind there. He's a great quarterback. Hats off to him, man. And you got the rookie, and you all got Jameson Winston out there. So they got a lot of experience in that room. So, for us, we can't just load sleep to a lot of things. Just expect what they're gonna bring out and what we see on film, and just play what we see.
And Russell Wilson has a tendency to use his tight ends a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously going to be a part of that strategy. What's the key to kind of shutting down the tight end in that situation?
Just good eyes. Do a lot of eye candy with a lot of motions, and and that's leaving us with bad eyes. So motions happening, we got to stay on our keys, and especially for me, that's a lot of what happens in the core, and that's something that I'm taking to effect in this game.
You've been a part of several openers over your career. How important is it to set the tone in this opener, and how do you guys do that from kickoff?
I think it's very important. That's the first one, and I feel like we got to set the tone. That's going to set the standard for the season, So it's very important, and, I'm just ready, man. I don't have any words, I'm ready to get out there. I'm itching to get on the field and, just celebrate with the guys, and, just ready to see someone else, for sure.
The front seven in general last year, I think people saw his need for improvement. They brought you and a couple other guys in. Obviously we'll see what happens on Sunday, but what do you kind of make of the group that you have and ways you guys think you can improve off of what they did last year?
Yeah, that was last year. I didn't know about Jaden, last year. But, we got a solid group, man. Javon Kinlaw is a dog. Dietrich Wise is a dog in there, too. Deron Payne has been playing at a high level for a long time. You got Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner, Dorrance Armstrong. We got some guys up front.
You've been a part of several openers over the course of your career. How important is it to set the tone in this one, and then how do you guys do that exactly on defense?
You just take it 1 week at a time. This is the first week. Obviously you want to go out there and win, and that's the only thing that you're thinking about. They got a great team. They got a lot of great players in a lot of great spots. Played Russ a bunch. He's a really good quarterback. They got a stud at wide receiver, some studs on the offensive line as well. Probably the strength of the team is that defensive line. They got a lot of dogs over there on that defensive line. So definitely got to play our game, do what we do, and I feel confident in us.
What gives you the confidence that this team is ready for Sunday?
Just the work that we put in over training camp. This is my 15th training camp that I've been a part of, and this is a special one. just coming here and working with these guys and seeing the type of work that we put in, I'm anxious to get out there and play.
You're an experienced guy on the roster of a lot of experienced guys. What changes with experience? Like what changes now versus?
I just think it's perspective. I've always loved football, but at 36 years old, going out there and playing a child's game it is definitely a joy. So when I go out there and play, I'm highly grateful and appreciative of this opportunity to go out there and play football at 36 years old.
But after 15 training camps, how's your body feel?
I'm feeling good, and they do a really good job here of keeping the guys healthy, built-in recovery periods, day on, day off. The rumors about Dan Quinn are true. He's a player's coach. He keeps the guys healthy, and I definitely felt that at his training camp.
You mentioned their quarterback a couple times. What makes Russ so tough for so long?
He's just polished in all aspects. And he throws a really good deep ball. He makes really good reads. He doesn't rush it back there. He trusts the offensive line. He trusts his wide receivers, and he has a really good one over there with Malik Neighbors. And battle Russ a bunch, man, and he's always tough to defend.
Obviously, you're ready for whatever's going to come, but how much does it help your motivation or your mind knowing with Jaden, a quarterback like that, you guys have a chance not just to win Sunday, but win a lot of games? How much does it help, push through whatever you're kind of pushing through?
Yeah, we got to stay at quarterback, and that's a key piece of a championship team. We got that. And, we really don't even know what the ceiling is for Jaden. We just want to, support him and do our job and, play our roles and make plays and get him the ball as much as possible, get him as many shots on goal as possible. That's some of the stuff that we did in Buffalo. Just keep the ball in Jaden's hands and, let him do his thing.
On that note, Terry, yesterday he called you a dog, and he said he doesn't use that word lightly. How do you feel about that counterpart?
That means a lot, especially coming from a guy like him, with all the success that he had in this league. It's just been, so much energy with him and Noah back out there on the field, and we've just been feeding off each other, just building that chemistry for sure.
Some guys say they don't pay attention to any noise. Some guys say they play with a chip on their shoulder. Which one do you think you are going into this year?
Just ready to get to work.
Deebo, if you look back to last season, there were so many incredible moments for this Commanders team. How eager are you to be a part of those moments yourself this year and kind of maybe try to continue that magic for this franchise?
I wouldn't consider it magic. When I got here, DQ emphasized brotherhood, and ever since I've been in this locker room, that's just been the main thing of just coming out here and getting better every day. And, we're going to take it game by game and just see how the season goes.
Why was this an attractive landing spot for you?
I knew AP. Jaden just had a great season. They had a great season as a whole. In San Fran, we was used to winning, and they building something really good here, and kind of close to home, so not too far. So that kind of played a main role as well.
Is there any comparison with your connection with Brandon back in San Fran to you and Terry now?
I wouldn't compare.
How do you think you are going to help Terry and vice versa?
You just have to see on Sunday.
You said you did come out and score a lot of points. You've been on offenses that have scored a lot of points. What's the key to a fast start?
You just got to start fast. Just go out there with a lot of energy and see what happens.
You've been a part of several openers throughout your career. How important is it to set the tone here and make a statement in this opener?
You got to set the tone off the rip, whether it's offense or defense, whoever go out there first. But I'm a guy that like to get the ball first, so the offense and special teams set the tone and just go from there.
A lot of fans are excited to see how Cliff uses you. What would you tell those fans?
1 o'clock Sunday, 1 p.m.
You've been around some guys that have had a lot of hype, yourself included. A lot of people wouldn't have thought that the 7th-round running back would get a lot of attention. What have you kind of made of watching Bill's journey this summer?
Just watching him grow from when he got here to now, it's been a tremendous success for him. We've seen a lot in the preseason, but I think we've seen a lot more at practice of him just getting better every day.
Scoreboard aside, if there are specific things you would say would constitute a successful opener for this team?
Everybody just playing one accord. Win, lose, or draw. As long as we just we put everything out there, and then that's all that matters.